Very catchy song. Everybody is catching on to the message. It's going to be big. That's Pastor Mike Jr., who was actually with us this past December at our Biggest Give and Receive Holiday Jam. He was absolutely amazing. All right, it's a Millennial Monday, but I'm going to tag something else onto that. It's a Miracle Millennial Monday because I have a young man in the studio with me who is truly a miracle. And you got to believe in miracle signs and wonders when you hear his testimony. And I got it over here. I've got it over here. I got it over here. He's 24 years old, and I think he would do a better job at sharing his testimony. But he goes by J.Lawrence. What's up, J.Lawrence?
How you doing?
How you doing? Well, his real name is Jordan Lawrence Dillard. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
But he got a brand name now. His brand is J.Lawrence, and he's a brand new book called Clearing Hurdles, Facing Life's Obstacles with Determination to Win. But he did this book as a result of what happened to him at 5 months old. And go ahead and good morning, J.Lawrence. How you doing?
I'm good. Good morning to you.
You good?
I'm good.
Okay, your mom is sitting by your side, Sister Sandra. Hey, Sister
Good morning.
Sandra. Good morning. And so you need to share your testimony. Tell us what happened to you at 5 months old and what has happened, as a result of that up until now.
Absolutely. God has been good. I was in a car accident when I was 5 months old, and I got rushed to the hospital, and the doctor said I had bleeding on the brain, bleeding on the abdomen, multiple skull fractures, contusion on my stomach and my lungs, and I was paralyzed on the left side. Before going into surgery, they let my mother know that there was 48 hours that would be very critical. But then they started to say that I was going to die. So they started prepping my mother, bringing in the hospital chaplain and things to prep her for what's getting ready to happen. And I was in the hospital for 17 days before I was discharged. And I had to go through speech therapy, occupational therapy, and physical therapy just to try and regain my strength back. And just that in and of itself, being a baby and all of these things happening, so I had a lot of obstacles I had to overcome at an early age. And then to tackle on to that, I also had post-traumatic epilepsy brought on by a traumatic brain injury, so they said that I would have lifelong medication. And just God has been good through it all. By His grace, I'm here today.
And today you have, no medications, nothing.
No medications at all. Seizure-free, medication-free, college graduate.
Wow, this is incredible. Because I'm like I'm looking at you, I'm just in awe of God's miraculous power. And of course, this process that happened with your life and everything that you went through you needed your mom by your side to help get you through this. And Sister Sandra, you were here when it all happened, and tell us your mindset, your process of going through this traumatic experience that happened to your son at 5 months old.
Without God, I would not have made it. Very difficult. He's my firstborn, and to look at him with a depressed skull, his head was all disfigured, and basically they were like, he's going to die. There's nothing we can do. A lot of prayer, surrounding myself with other believers and other people of faith, and we just bombarded heaven. But we didn't just pray for Jordan. We prayed for all the other babies who were in the NICU at that time. Mm-hmm. And the more we prayed for them, the more his condition improved. They put him on a special bed. I couldn't even talk to him. They didn't want, he had what's called an intracranial pressure bolt placed in his skull. Mm-hmm. He had multiple skull fractures, and it was kind of holding his swelling brain in place. And the stimulation of hearing my voice would cause his blood pressure to rise and would cause other problems. So I couldn't talk to him for that time. We played the Bible instead, and we prayed, and we just believed God. And God came in and performed a miracle on our behalf.
Wow. So what do the doctors say about where J.Lawrence is today?
They're amazed.
Uh-huh.
They were amazed, because, again, there are journals written on him. There are all kinds of medical cases where they studied him because every goal they set, he would surpass. And in the beginning, they just really didn't expect him to make it. He has titanium mesh in his head holding it. He had a reconstructive surgery, what's called a craniotomy for his head, and that was at 3 years old. And then he had strabismus surgery in second grade, where he was crying tears of blood, and it was so much. And then with the epilepsy, he was on medications for that, trying to find the right meds. They are amazed. But his neurologist signed off on his case when he was 19 years old. So he doesn't even see the doctors anymore. He had a neurologist, neurosurgeon, ear, nose, and throat specialist, and he doesn't see any of them anymore.
Really?
They all signed off.
They all signed off.
They all
said,
signed off. There, you're
"Job
good.
done." Oh my God! Man, that is so incredible. And so as you were going through this journey, J.Lawrence, and of course, at 5 months, you don't know what's happening. But what would some of your peers say to you? How would you have encouragement from your peers as you were going up through school and that sort of thing? Tell us about that the emotional side and the social side of getting through this.
Yeah, I had a lot of insecurities because of the scars on my head, because they were very visible. And at the time, I didn't really know how to answer the questions. I just knew the basic knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So I would often tell people it was a design just to try and skate away from the question.
Mm-hmm.
But I had people around me like my mother, my father, aunts and uncles who would try and get me to step outside of my comfort zone and do things beyond what I saw. And they were very instrumental in how I became what I am.
Wow. Okay, we're going to come back and talk about the book. And you're going across the country sharing your testimony, right? And sharing your book.
Absolutely,
and
yes.
I tell you, man, God is really good.
God is amazing.
All right. He's amazing.
He's a great
guy.
He's a great guy. The name of the book is called Clearing Hurdles, Facing Life's Obstacles with Determination to Win. J.Lawrence is here on this miraculous Millennial Monday. And if you guys want to call in and encourage J.Lawrence on this journey and how God has really restored him and made him brand new, give us a call here at 312-591-3878. I'm quite sure he would be so encouraged to hear your voice this morning. 312-591-3878. Traffic up next.
Right in with Sonia Blakey on Inspiration
Cool, I
1390
control it over
and
here, Sonia.
iHeartRadio
Yeah.
station.
That's what I was trying to tell you. She turned it on. Let's check in on the
Okay,
traffic
I can
time.
turn it on and off.
Sponsored by Upwork.
I know this is gonna get it.
Almost 40 minutes from Maggie into downtown. I-57 and the Bishop Ford are jammed up for 111. Northbound Lake Street Drive is slow around the Stevens End. Upwork has the largest network of independent professionals like developers, designers, data scientists, you name it. And they're proven, rated, and reviewed. So whenever you on-demand talent, on-demand, Upwork.
So I married Bishop Ellis's son, Bishop William Ellis's son. So we're at Morgan Park, Apostolic Pentecostal Church, Morgan Park.
What's up, Andrew?
I married his. So Pastor Bill. There's another son, Mike, who's the son above him. He plays the organ. When you were there last year, he plays the organ. So I'm his wife.
Your husband plays the organ?
Yeah, so we are there, and we from Apostolic Church of God, born and raised there. That's our family founded that church. So, we are. That's our legacy, if you will.
Thanks, man.
My great grandfather's the founding pastor there of Apostolic Church of God. So yeah, it's my home church. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Yeah, Morgan Park. I know. Apostolic Pentecostal Church of Morgan Park. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you are now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you were going through the traumatic experience, you were at
We're at Apostolic.
Apostolic.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yep. And they beat us to the hospital on surgery days, and everybody was praying. There were 3 big miracles in the church that year. A lady was shot. Her husband shot her 5 times and she lived. And there was another man who fell like 40 feet off some scaffolding and he lived. And then there was Jordan, and they all lived. So it was like a year of miracles in the church. It was amazing. Hey, Arnold. Hey, Iris. Hey. Hi, Candy. Evelyn.
Now you're engaged to get married. Wow.
Now I'm engaged.
Did you guys set a date yet?
August 7th, 2021.
Oh, so not this year, next year.
No, she's finishing her master's degree.
Oh, really? Master's where?
At U of I,
Okay.
yeah,
What do you study?
urban planning.
Urban planning. Okay. You look familiar to me.
I do,
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen you somewhere. I don't know.
possibly. I grew up at Crusaders on 79th with Eckhart. Yeah.
Is that where you are now?
No, as of right now, I'm down in Champaign.
Oh, you in Urbana, Champaign. Oh, that's right. Y'all call in.
Is that where you went? went there? You went down there? That's awesome. Through my friend, my childhood friend. It's his cousin.
When you're diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, a lot of questions run through your mind. What am I going to do?
Thanks, Mike.
What are my options? What did I do wrong? We've had those thoughts too, but some questions can help you move forward. Visit findyourmbcvoice.com for an interactive guide to help you learn the next steps to take after an MBC diagnosis and how to ask the questions that lead to an open and informed conversation with your doctor. Start finding your voice today at findyourmbcvoice.com.
There's no such thing as an actual morning person. There are people who sleep well and people who don't. So Bed Bath & Beyond is here to make sure you wake up happy. Whether it's the hug of a weighted blanket, the hum of a white noise machine, or the support of a neck pillow. Whatever your sleep requires, Bed Bath & Beyond has you covered.
Just did it.
If that's what you prefer.
Okay.
So save big and wake up happy with the sleep selection at Bed Bath & Beyond.
20% off Bed and Bath sale, now through January 16th. Great deals on
Jerry, watching all
What
that.
other radio stations have you been on?
I've been on 102.3 Voice Radio with the Dan Franklin Show, so it's a new show coming in. But I was there.
92 point something.
92.3. No, that's not right.
That is
95.1.
Oh, 95.
Yeah.
You did 92.3? Okay, well, let me stop talking.
95.1. It was Chicago Club Stepper.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's still that now,
Oh, okay.
but it was the J Gill show.
Who just chimed in? Hey, Jermaine.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, so they announced the Oscar nominations. Let me see.
Real welcome surprise for her. She had told the BAFTAs that she won't perform because of the nominees, but there's still not a ton of diversity across the board.
And she's also nominated in Best Song, too. Multi-talented. Very much so, and so we might see her perform at the Oscars, too.
Chris, can I ask you a quick question? Rocketman, do you feel like it was a little bit of the Bohemian Rhapsody factor?
I think maybe Rami after last year. I mean, I think everybody loved Rami. And, of course, there's Renee Zellweger is your favorite for Judy Garland. So it's not like you can say they object to people playing music. I think, again, it was just a jammed category. And he just lost out as a result.
He spoke about this at the Golden Globes at Taron Egerton backstage. He said the movie came out so early that they have a tendency sometimes, that's like the death knell for some of these performances in movies. People forgot about it. They came out in May.
It's always tough when you're going up against the guy who's playing a pope. I'm just going to say.
But what about the little movie that could now? Parasite. But they are very excited about their chance.
Yes, everybody is so excited about Parasite. Now, a foreign film has never won for Best Picture. It's nominated. A lot of critics think that it could win. Now, HBO, they also just optioned it for a series, so we might even see a Parasite series. So, yeah, that would be very cool. But I think when you look at Best Picture, you know, you're just talking about when these films are released very early, people forget about it. The opposite effect, what we're going to see is with 1917. That just came out. That's top of radar for the Academy, and I got a huge box office boost this weekend, too. Number one.
Are you guys into movies and stuff like that?
You'd have to figure it's the likely winner.
My friend was talking about it last night. He said it's a lot of like mental health stuff in there. Yeah. I heard.
And instead we're willing to enjoy the truth.
Right. Have you done any work with the University of Chicago or anything? I feel like I have possibly met you. I'm not.
Female directors snubbed. I think another headline is J.Lo and Beyonce are snubbed. And then I think another headline, which we spoke about, yay for Cynthia Erivo, but again, not a ton of diversity across the board. It was just a few years ago. So what?
You know, and again, I think you have the two poles, the East and the West Coast. You've got Quentin Tarantino on the West Coast, Martin Scorsese on the East Coast. Those two movies did very well, as people would expect, and we'll see if they can do well on Oscar Day.
And they always ask you, any predictions?
Well, it's early. You know, I just hope they all show up.
Please do.
That is so awesome.
Well, the Best Actress category is really another killer.